All right, guys, what's up? It's your boy All Out, and today with me, I got my boy Jack over here.
Hey, I'm back. We're back. It's been a long
I
time.
know we're both back, and today we're going to be talking about the four Bleach movies.
Tyler, there's 5 Bleach movies. You forgot about the live action movie.
We aren't talking about the live action.
All right, fine.
Get that out of here, boy.
We're not doing a tier list since there's only 4 of them. It's not much to talk about. We put them basically like we put one of them in S, one of them in A, and then 2 of them in B. Like it's not a very interesting tier list. So we're just gonna be ranking them from worst to best.
So this video is just going to be more of a review.
Yeah, so you can learn from us what is the actual best Bleach movie to watch.
Yeah,
and then
this
you
is
can
the
disagree
de
with us.
facto.
Okay, so to start, there are some ground rules. 3 things for me that matter most when ranking these movies is, for me, how good is the animation? Because who wants to watch an anime movie where the animation sucks, you know? Second one,
Naruto movie 6.
yeah. The second one for me is how good is the story? You know, how, especially since these movies aren't canon, they have to be carried by their original stories. And the last thing is
True.
how good are the new characters? Because you can't develop the old characters in the movie very much because they can't change because of the canon. So you have to have new characters that are actually interesting. And that includes the side characters and villains. So I think with that,
And also like setting.
true.
But setting's like
It's basically the same
bottom
in
of the
every single
barrel.
one. Besides like
Yeah,
one
it's
that we're
just
gonna
Soul
talk about.
Society, Soul Society, Soul Society.
Except for one, which we know which one that is. But so I think we both can agree, or maybe we have different viewpoints on this. I don't know. I feel like we have different views on what's the worst one.
So why don't we go in order, like a quick plot synopsis of the four, and then we'll talk about it.
Okay, Memories of Nobody then. One of my favorite ones we watched. So basically it's about this girl named Senna that meets Ichigo, and she's like shown to have Soul Reaper powers. And Ichigo's like, what the fuck? and
And then we have like these weird nobodies.
Yeah, these weird
From,
like
like,
they're called
Kingdom Hearts.
nobodies, literally
What they're
Kingdom Hearts
called.
shit. These weird like they're not hollows, and they're like these weird things showing up, and only Senna can really deal with them. And we follow like Senna and Ichigo becoming closer, becoming friends, and we learn that Senna is actually, spoiler warning, we learn that Senna is a, what do they call it again? Basically just like a nobody.
A nobody.
Well, she basically is a collection of a bunch of different souls, and she's not really,
Yeah, or mismatched memories and stuff too.
and so she's not really a person. That's the whole like emotional like conflict of the movie, is that she's confused about who she is.
What's really interesting about this movie specifically is it's not really a battle shonen movie.
Not really.
It's kind of like I know, it's kind of like a drama.
It's like a drama / slice of life. We do get some slice of life stuff in this movie.
Yeah, and it does a really good job of building Senna too. Most of this movie is just Ichigo and Senna interacting.
And it's so
And like
good.
Orihime, Chad, Uryu, they basically don't show up at all.
They show up like at the very end of the movie, but it's really good. Like if you're into that kind of stuff, Senna and Ichigo have great chemistry on screen, and they're really fun to like see interact. And it feels all the more upsetting when you see the ending, because this is the only Bleach movie, one of the only anime movies that actually makes me sad when I finish the movie.
And then the artist Eimer coming out with that song, bro, at the end.
Oh my god, yeah, dude. Oh man, I think, wait, was it Amir?
Oh, it was Emir? That's how you pronounce it?
I think it's one of the two. It wasn't even her, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it was Aqua Times.
Oh, you might be right. I might be misremembering that.
It's, either way, the song is good. So, man. Also, can we talk about...
Okay, so it's really good with the story, really good with the character. The villain is ass.
Oh my God.
Gonryu?
The two worst aspects of this movie are the villains and the animation, which are the things that make a shonen movie worth watching. So you go into this movie expecting nothing but action, but you come out of it lacking that.
Yeah, true, true. The action is kind of like lackluster.
It really is.
Um, but the thing is, the movie came out like 2004 or five, right?
Yeah, it was like when the series was being developed, kind of like Naruto movie.
Okay.
So it was like, I understand why the budget can't be that high for the movie, but maybe at that point you don't have a movie, you know, like if you can't put all your budget
Uh,
into it. Um, it's just it was weird because there were some parts where I'm like, okay, this is where it should ramp up. This shit should be good, and then it just doesn't, and I'm left in this perpetual state of like animation blue balls where I can't ever get hyped. But
so I feel like Memories of Nobody is kind of a double-edged sword.
yeah,
On one hand, you got like this masterclass, like okay, masterclass is pushing it a bit too far, but it's like a really good story and good character. But then you got this rusty ass side where it crumble away with like the
because the
animation.
villains also aren't interesting. They're basically just some fuckers who are mad at Soul Society. Oh, take your
They
pick.
got kicked out or something.
Oh, take your pick. Who else is mad at Soul Society? I'll give you a hint. We'll see. I'll give you a hint. We'll see two more
Yamamoto
villains.
out
We'll see
again,
two more
baby.
villains in these movies who are mad at Soul Society.
Exactly, bro.
I don't even remember.
Okay, so that's that movie. Let's move on to the second one.
Okay, you go. You go over Diamond Dust Rebellion.
Okay, so basically, Diamond Dust Rebellion is all about Toshiro and his friend. What the fuck is his name? Sojiro Kusaka, and they're fighting over, and they basically have like an arg. Okay, so Soul Society set them up against each other because they had the same Zombacto, and only one can have it. That was never
Apparently,
explained why.
yeah. It's just like
Was it
no.
explained why?
No, they just said only one person can have a Zanpakuto, so you have to kill one. You have to kill each other, or you have to fight till
No,
one of y'all
like,
dies.
I'll get it on the weekends, and you can have it on Monday, Tuesday.
It's a fucking divorce.
But it was so stupid, though.
Well, also it doesn't.
It-
It proves in this movie that it doesn't. It didn't matter because he still has it because he survived. So what's the point? It's not like
Exactly.
It would
The
have been-
only thing I can think of is it disrupts the balance, dumbass.
that would be fine if they said it. But they didn't say anything. They're just like only one person can have can have each Zanpakuto, and I'm like, why? Why is that?
It makes you think, like, man, maybe Aizen had a point. These guys are fuckers.
Well, it wasn't.
In every movie, it feels like Yamamoto is taking a shit on everybody.
Well, that wasn't even okay. To be fair,
Every movie.
to be fair to my boy Yamamoto, that wasn't his decision. That was the rest of the elders. The rest of the elders were being dickheads. He wasn't in that
But then he
council.
tried to enforce it, though.
I mean, did he know it happened? Maybe not.
Yeah.
Maybe he wasn't updated.
Because he was like, oh, yes, Susaka or Kusaka. Dumbass, time to die. I don't know. I don't know that's exactly how it went.
So
It's been a while.
basically, this guy is trying to use. What was his big plan? He's gonna use Honimaru to like freeze Soul Society or some shit, right?
That sounds so stupid when you say it like that. I think that is his plan.
I swear that's his plan. Like, I swear that's his whole like motivation. And then like, it's so weird giving a entire movie to Toshiro because Toshiro never does anything in the series besides fight.
The only reason is because everyone loves that character. He's like Itachi, bro.
Well, he's not the Itachi of Bleach, but yeah, he's like one of the most popular ones. It's like, okay, imagine
He's like a fan favorite.
imagine if like Shikamaru got a movie all about him in Naruto. Like, it sounds cool, but imagine how weird that sounds if you say it to
I
someone.
mean, like Will of Fire.
That wasn't really about him though. Like, I don't know. And to me, the whole like theme of the movie was so weird with like Ichigo saying like you gotta trust us, and I'm like, bro, he literally can't trust anyone, Ichigo. He's literally being hunted down by all of his comrades and friends who once like helped him.
To be fair, he could have trusted Ichigo because he's just a substitute. He's just a regular ass guy.
That is true. I don't know.
But I could see why, because then the captains would be like, hey, Ichigo, what did Toshiro say?
Well, also,
You know Ichigo ain't no snitch. He wasn't gonna
Yeah.
say anything.
There's also, well, I like, okay, here's the, okay, we're going all over the place. The things I like about this movie, the villain's better than Memories of Nobody, which isn't saying much. He's just
Yeah.
basically pissed off at Soul Society for a reason this time. Like, granted, he almost got fucking murdered. Um, and the
Well,
final
everyone's had a
fight,
reason, but
and the
I
final
think this
fight,
guy was still better.
the final fight was pretty good, but like, that's pretty much it. The action was still pretty weak. Like it was way better than Memories of Nobody, but it still kind of sucked.
How I feel about it, it feels like just a regular filler arc in Bleach. That's exactly what it feels
Yeah,
like.
it feels like a. It doesn't feel like a bad filler arc. It just feels like, all right, can we just move on, please? Like, it's kind of boring. That's the only thing.
I would argue that the Zanpakuto Rebellion arc was better than this.
It definitely was. It had more interesting interactions between the characters. And also, guess what? He never gets brought up again. Toshio's friend never gets brought up. I guess he doesn't give a shit about him anymore. Fuck that guy.
That's what I
Anyway.
get for using the same Zanpakuto.
And also, it just feels so weird. Another thing, I would say it's character assassination for the other Soul Reapers to just instantly think that Toshiro is a traitor, like instantly with no evidence.
Yeah,
It feels so out of character. Maybe not for Yamamoto, but everyone, everyone.
Soifon's always been kind of a dickhead.
I guess, but I don't
I
know.
don't think Byakuya, because in the next movie, Byakuya, well, okay, we'll get to that, but Byakuya automatically was like, oh, Toshiro, fuck that guy.
Yeah, I always
But in the
hated that
next
guy. What a
movie,
dickhead he was. I hate that
I know,
man.
Byakuya is like literally put in the same position, but he's a lot more in character and more intelligent.
Yeah, it's so weird. But I don't know. I'd probably, for my personal ranking, I put this on the bottom. I don't know about you, but
Well, let's get into Fade to Black.
all right. So Fade to Black basically starts with Soul Society's getting fucked by some kind of like
Hold on.
cum
Oh,
monster.
I'll explain this movie in like a sentence. This movie is Soul Society Speedrun. New Game Plus.
Literally, the whole like guy at the computer, he's like, yes, yes. It's just that, but it's no. But
Literally Ichigo sweating.
um, yeah, I'll just put the Ichigo hair on me, like, well, no. But um, it was, yeah, it's literally that. So the whole movie opens with like a giant like cum monster. I know it's supposed to be Reishi, but it literally looks like Splooge. Like,
Looks like glue.
it's like glue. Thank you. That's much more PG for the YouTube channel. The glue monster basically is fucking everyone up, and these two people kidnap Rukia, and we find out that the two villains are actually like kids that were raised by Rukia when she was still living in her like impoverished town. By the way, Soul
Yeah.
Society is,
Their name was Homura and Chizuku?
yeah, but the whole
Chisaku?
thing, yeah, but the whole thing is that they didn't know their names and they wanted her to like give them their names at the end. Whatever. So basically, they kidnap her, and through their the powers of a hollow that possessed both of them, they erased Rukia's they erased Rukia from everyone else's memory besides Ichigo and Kon.
Well, they forgot too, but because of their strong bond, they remembered.
Their bond, their Kizuna.
Yeah. Their
Uh,
memories literally faded to black.
I feel like, dude, honestly, I feel like the two titles could have been swapped between those other two. Because literally, you're thinking of Memories of Nobody because Rukia is now a nobody in everyone else's
That's
mind.
such a good point.
I mean, I know why it's called Fade to
Literally
Black.
set of fades to black.
I know, bro. They, s- the, I think, okay, so I don't know.
Okay, one thing before we get so the animation for this movie is weird because in the very beginning it looks like
It's
ass.
dog shit.
And
It
then
looks
up
terrible.
until Rukia gets shown, and then Rukia has the Sakuga. It's like and it looks really good, and
It
then it
really
automatically
does.
goes back to being ass.
It's
Up
so weird.
until Ichigo fights Renji Byakuya.
They took like it's so weird. They put all the animation, all the Sakuga into the character acting, but almost none of it into the actual animation. It just looks so weird sometimes and so
Up until like
stiff.
the end. The end fight was
The
cool.
end fight was very cool, but we'll get to that in a second. Okay, I'm gonna tell you right now, Tyler. One of my least favorite things for any series is the whole memory erasure plot line, because you're just waiting for that moment when the character inevitably remembers that the other character, like it's going to happen, and this movie does it for so fucking long, bro.
It's like halfway through the movie, they finally start
Well,
remembering.
not even
It's like
that.
negative character
Yeah,
growth.
because Renji is like, I'm pretty sure Renji never even remembers Rukia. When they see her at the end of the movie, he's like, "That's Rukia." I was like, God damn it, man! How do you not remember this shit,
Just like a
bro?
voice
Come
actor,
on.
bro.
God damn it! It's one of my least favorite things because you know where it's going, and you're just waiting for it to get there, and it doesn't feel satisfying.
Rukia. I don't know any Rukia.
I don't
Is
know
that some
anyone named
kind of
Rukia. What are you talking about, Ichigo? Dude, it's one of my least favorite tropes. I thought it'd be a little better in this movie, but it's really not. Also, like you said, this is literally the entirety of the Soul Society arc.
literally goes through the same plot points. Ichigo shows up. He's like, "What's up, guys?" And then everyone turns on him, and then he has to fight everybody and run through the Reishi hallways.
Yep, to get
And
to.
then he has to go underground. Oh no, he fights Renji and he
Yep.
beats Renji. And he's like, you don't remember you have a Bankai, you dumbass? And then he goes underground and meets that healer guy too. Just like in
Yeah.
the show.
Also, it's just like he's going there to save Rukia again. I'm like, guys, we've been here
Same
before.
Rukia 2.0.
We've been here before, guys. You don't need to do it again. Also,
Oh my god.
at a certain point, I know why the villains were irrational, because they were basically like kids still. But at the same time,
Yeah.
it's like they got to a certain point where it was like annoying. Like they would never listen to reason. Like it got to a point where I was like, just fucking kill them. Like fuck these guys. I was so done with these guys at a certain point. I was so fucking
Well,
annoyed.
it could be that the Hollow is influencing their
I
minds.
I know they literally say the Hollow is doing that, but it's like it was so annoying because instead of like Shizuku was basically saying the entire her argument was her thesis statement the entire time. It was Soul Reapers are bad. Why are Soul Reapers bad? Soul Reapers are bad. Like we didn't get that.
A word essay count.
Literally the just copy paste, copy paste, copy paste.
Copy, paste, copy, paste.
And I feel like we didn't get anything from Homura. He's literally just a mouthpiece for whatever his
Oh,
sister
that's
is
what I
saying.
was thinking. Homura was just like, whatever you say,
He had a cool
Chizuko.
design, he had a cool fight, but that was like, what the fuck is this guy doing? He can just do
Like
something.
the main character from Monogatari series.
Yeah. I I just I feel like it could have been done better, but I don't really like those villains because they just felt like they could have been done better.
They were the only new characters.
Yeah.
So it's easy to write like two new characters instead of doing the new character on the good side and a new character on the villain side. Because
Yeah.
then you're splitting your focus. But if you just have to do, okay, I just have to think of two really good antagonists. That's a lot easier than doing the
But it
good
should have
and
been
bad on
but
both
it should
sides.
have been even easier because but the problem is they dedicated so much time to the memory plot line of like Ichigo trying to get his friends to remember, and they never did. So there was never any.
What's even worse about this whole thing is they kept doing fucking flashbacks.
I've never seen an anime movie do more flashbacks than this movie, bro. They literally, within the span of like I think 10 minutes. Well, they literally do within the 10 minutes, like within I think the same 10 minutes, they do the Ichigo receiving his power from Rukia in episode 1. They did that within like 10 minutes.
And they showed it up again at the very end of the movie.
Yeah. It got egregious to a certain point.
Twice.
Also, I don't know. Also, another point of the movie that really bothered me was when Kisuke was explaining to the captains the entire plot of the movie who we already knew, and I was like, okay, that's fine, you can do that, but do that off screen so you don't waste screen time. They showed the entire interaction. They explained the entire part of the movie.
I'm like, Kisuke, shut the fuck up, bro. Myself.
Dude, it's fucking terrible. I was like, God damn it.
And at the very end of the movie, Kisuke, after the two children died, he's like, "All right, guys, so this is what happened. Just in case you didn't get it."
I really like. They were really dragging that out. They waited until they fucking died before they even explained their motivation.
I did that shit in the Black Clover movie, but
They did. They did. To be fair, that's not perfect either. But that better.
okay. One thing we can agree on is that they didn't character assassinate everyone. Everyone was in character. I like the doctor character. I forgot his name, and he had a backup brain.
Oh yeah. Fuck. Cobb.
And Byakuya wasn't a dumb fuck either. He knew what was up. He's like, I don't remember, but he's kind of spitting facts.
And he's like, I don't remember that, but I trust Ichigo, so I'm gonna trust his word. And it's like, yeah, basically characters just like regressed, but it's not like they got. It's reasonable regression because they don't remember. So it's like they're just going back to the way
Diamond Dust.
Yeah, it's not Diamond Dust where everyone's like, oh, this person we've known for literally hundreds of years, fuck that guy. um, it's yeah, but that's we'll talk about the ranking where we put Fade to Black after we talk about the last movie, which is Hellverse.
Well, okay, so the last thing though is the Dark Rukia thing.
Oh,
that fight was badass.
That shit was fucking awesome. I was a big fan of Dark Rukia. That was really cool.
And I did really like the flashback to showing how Ichigo or Rukia gave him her power to him, and then he turned that around to use that to save her.
Yeah, he gave his power to her. That was a good solution. But other than that, I feel like the movie just like had points I really did not like at all. I have some problems with the movie, but overall it's way better than than Diamond Dust in my opinion. But
I think I agree with you.
We'll get to the final rankings once we talk about Hellverse.
Okay, time for the big daddy to come here.
This one was fucking awesome.
Literally flames.
This one was fucking awesome, dude.
We finally get a movie that's animated well.
We get a movie that's so like literally from the first second, it's like, oh yeah, this is where the budget went with the Ichigo and Ukiura fight. It's
dude. Okay, and a fun fact about that is Kubo came out in an interview and said that intro to where Ukiura and Ichigo was fighting Hollow Fight, that's exactly what he wanted to convey in the manga. But because of time constraints, he had to make it to where the Hollow Fight Ichigo was beating the fuck out of Ukiura. But he actually wanted to be a close fight like how it was in the movie.
Ah, okay. I remember you telling me that. That's really cool. But
yeah.
The plot of Hellverse is that literally Ichigo and the crew go to hell in order to save his sister's soul. Like, that's basically the plot. There's not really, like, much to it. I mean, there's more to it when you actually learn about, like, the twists and stuff from this movie. And we meet a new character along the way named Kokuto, who I actually really like. And they do a good job of, like, making you like him before they, like, oh, spoiler alert, he's the bad guy. He's the big bad guy of the movie.
Kokuto!
It was me the whole time. It was me, Ichigo.
But yeah, the plot was basically, hey, Ichigo when he's hollified, can break the chains of hell, so let's get him to break our chains.
Yeah,
so we can
basically get him super pissed off. That's basically the whole goal. And man, does Kokuto do a good job of being a dickhead villain. He's definitely the best villain out of all these movies.
It's also like a good character because I feel like the justification of him going from
justification.
Yeah. I thought addiction, not the justification. That's a different word.
Oh, what was it?
It's basically just like the opposite. So just from Kokudo being a good guy and then going to a villain was like really good because
Yeah.
over the course of the movie, you kind of get hints of it.
Yeah.
It gets really obvious whenever him and Ichigo are running down with the lanterns, and then he just like kind of stops and watches Ichigo run away. Didn't he
Yeah.
smile or something?
I don't know if
And
he's.
then at that point, it's like, bro.
Yeah, it was pretty obvious at that point. But also, his whole thing where it's like a lot of these villains, their character development is, oh, this person did something bad to me, so that's why I am evil or I want to take revenge. He got his revenge, but he was punished for it, and now he's like, why am I punished for punishing someone who did me wrong? He wants to be free of hell because he views that he did nothing wrong. Like,
Well, it wasn't just that. After he got his revenge, he wasn't satisfied, so he kept killing people after that.
that is true. So he was like, he started off as like justified in his actions, and then he was like, all right, you're just fucking dickhead now.
Exactly.
Um,
And it's very interesting to see him parallel Ichigo because he was also an older brother. So
mhm.
he's kind of like a representation of if Ichigo just gave into his anger.
Also,
Yeah.
I love the reveal of like there's something that can be said for when a villain actually reveals that he is a villain, like a twist villain. And god damn it, this movie does it so well. Like his animation, his face.
Okuto makes are insane. They're
I know,
so good.
I fucking love it, man. He's like, oh, you gonna cry? You gonna cry? You gonna shit and come?
And another thing too is you get to see Chad, Uryu, and Onihime in this movie.
This is like the
Because in
only
the
time you
previous
ever
ones,
see
they
them.
like, yeah, I don't think they show up in Diamond Dust, do they?
They don't show up in Diamond Dust or Fade to
Or
Black.
Fade to Black,
Yeah. They only
and they
show up.
actually like do stuff now.
Yeah, I mean, Chad gets fucked in the beginning, and he's just out of the movie the entire
Yeah.
time. Do something is relative, Tyler. He does a
Chad,
couple.
Chad.
He saves a girl from falling beams and does one like rocket punch, and then he's like, "I'm out, boys. I'll see you. I'll see you for the rest of the movie."
Honor is, bro.
Um, also, kind of a bold move to show that they fucking died. Rukia, Renji, and Uryu.
They were rotting.
Yeah.
That was intense.
Yeah, it was pretty fucking intense. Also, really weird finale because I was like, oh, he turned holified. Now he's escaped. I was like, how the fuck does this movie end? Because I didn't see this movie before. I was like, how the fuck is this movie even gonna end? And I was like, this is one of the only times I actually felt like I don't know how Ichigo is gonna win because he can't holify and his Bankai sucks ass. So it's not like he could like cheat his way out of that. And then it actually does make sense. Like it's just the what are they called? The Guardians? The
Guardians of Hell.
yeah, the Guardians of Hell were
They have a
like
specific name too.
yeah.
Okay, one thing I do really like about this movie is the way they did Hell.
Oh yeah.
Instead, for each level of Hell, they have to continuously go down.
Yeah. Well also it's not just like your standard hell with like fire and brimstone everywhere. Instead it's all like very weird. Like you have one where it's all the lanterns. You have one where it's all the like the sand of the souls who were crushed by the I'm trying to remember their names, but the Guardians of Hell. You have the cubes at first, which are like super weird and abstract. And then towards the end of the
Didn't they have
movie,
water?
there was water, yeah. And you do
Yeah.
and the final level you do get that like whole standard hell with like rotting trees and like decrepit wastelands and stuff, but that's at the end of the movie, so it makes sense.
Another thing was the sand. All of the sand were crushed
Yeah,
bones.
that's what I was saying too. They're all crushed
That
bones.
was so fucking metal.
Yeah. And also it's I don't know. It's just cool. I like the whole setting because this is we talked about it. This is the only Bleach movie that actually changes its setting.
Yeah.
It actually
Everything else
introduces
was like Soul Society.
yeah, Soul Society or Karakura Town, and that's it. Um,
Well, in the first movie, they went to like Purgatory, wherever the fuck that was.
yeah, but was it interesting?
No,
So,
not in the slightest.
yeah, but wait, the main thing, the main reason you want to watch Hellverse is goddamn, man, the animation goes so fucking hard in this
It
movie.
is so
It
good.
is so good,
So good.
bro. Dude, when he goes Vasto Lorde in this movie, I was like, he's just firing lasers the entire time. It's literally Dragon Ball Z, but every time he does it, I was like, holy shit, this is so
I
cool.
thought it was good. You know, one thing that was funny is whenever the other characters got to fight off against the 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 underlings or whatever,
Hmm.
Rukia kills that one guy the same way
The
she killed
exact
that
same
Espada.
way. Yeah, the ninth Espada. She killed him the exact same way. Like,
That was actually pretty funny.
um,
I liked Udio's fight. Udio's is good.
Udius is good. Oh well, the guy had absorption. Tyler, how do you feel about that?
It's whatever.
I absorb it. Um, and then
Udio dealt with it pretty interesting though.
the final fight with Ichigo and almost like Grimjo again. I gotta stop saying that. Kokuto, was great.
So,
Where he like gets that new form with like the guardians and stuff.
golden armor.
The
Oh,
golden
that
armor.
shit was sick.
And then he also just banished.
What was really good is whenever he broke his chains.
I was about to
And then
fucking
Kokuto was
mention
like,
that. He's like, I'm free.
and then Ichigo's like, "Fuck you! Put the chains back on."
And it's like more chains than he started with. He's like, no.
Bro, Ichigo hit him, bro. He hit him with.
Bro, he hit him with that gotcha moment, bro. Get the fuck out of here. You think I spared you, bitch?
That was so good.
No, I fucking love.
And then the way it ends is pretty funny. Like
Yeah.
Ichigo's like, "Huh, I'm gonna put away the armor," and then
And
they
it's
all
like,
start. They have to run away.
Yeah, they're like, all right,
Oh, we need to rank them.
that is right. We need to rank these movies. So I think we could both agree. Maybe it depends. Coming in dead last is
Diamond Dust.
Diamond Dust Rebellion. It's just not a very like interesting movie. It's not even bad. Like,
Problem is I can just think of filler arcs that are better than it.
well, I can also like, I would definitely put it above the Naruto. What was it? Fucking Road to Ninja. I put
Road
it
to
above,
Ninja?
and I put it above Lost Tower. Like, definitely. Actually, no. Lost Tower
Yeah.
has better animation though. I don't know.
I think I like Lost Tower a bit more,
Well,
to be honest.
it's just not a very interesting movie. It's just like Tyler said. There's literally like filler arcs that do what it
It's
does
a
better.
Toshiro jerk off movie. Like if you like Toshiro, you're gonna love this.
Oh yeah, it's great for
I
that.
don't know. I've just never been like, woo, Toshiro, woo.
And then the third coming third is Fade to Black. That one's pretty obvious too. It has like very similar problems, but to me it's a lot more egregious just because, like Tyler said, it's literally like character regression and the same arc we've had before speedrun.
You could make the argument that Diamond Dust Rebellion is better, but I just like the end fight more. I like the fight with Rukia,
I like the villains
with
slightly
corrupt
more.
Rukia.
I like the villains slightly
And
more.
also, the captains got to fight a Cthulhu boss. You remember that?
I do remember that. Yes,
That shit was
cool.
badass.
That shit was really cool. I just feel like Fade to Black was more entertaining, but at the same time it had a lot of things that frustrated me.
Yeah, yeah.
Just me personally. I feel like if someone else would watch this movie, they would like it a lot more.
It's
But-
claimed that Diamond Dust Rebellion is probably better, but I think the highlights of Faded Black are just better than Diamond Dust.
I would really agree.
That's how I feel.
Yeah. Also, well, okay, number 2. I'm wondering if you're thinking the same thing I am. I'm gonna say Memories of Nobody is second.
I think, okay, if Memories of Nobody had better animation and a better boss, then yeah, I would have said number 1. But because it doesn't, it's kind of ass.
It's not a very like.
It-
It's great if you're looking for good character development and good story, but like
Yeah.
we're not going to a Bleach movie for existential like crisis about what it's like to be alive, or crises what it's like about being alive. We're going there to see some
Hey,
action.
I'm willing to experience anything if it's a good movie, but the thing is just that has dog ass animation.
It's so bad.
Let's just be
It's
real.
so not very good. Like the character acting stuff is better, but like I want to see the action too. Like I want the action to matter. And like a good way to get your audience even more emotionally invested in a character is like Ichigo has some cool lines in the movie where he goes, "I'll save her even if it destroys my soul, like that's the high point of the movie. So you should have like good animation to
Yeah.
back that up. But it doesn't. So I'm like, okay, all right. So
And the villains are the weakest out of all four movies,
oh yeah,
for sure.
oh yeah, by far. But
I can't even remember their names.
Senna carries the fucking movie so hard. Senna and Ichigo, bro. And
She does carry.
and the finale is so fucking good. I wouldn't dare spoil that fucking ending though. It's so fucking
Yeah,
good.
go watch that movie. It's good.
Go watch it. If any of them, I'd recommend watching this one and number one. And in number one, we already talked about it a lot. It's Hellverse. I feel like a lot of people.
Sir.
I feel like a lot of people saw that coming though. If they like watch these movies, they would probably say Hellverse is the best.
Sure. It's not a surprise. It's not a surprise. But I think Yamamoto was actually because there was at one point Ichigo like fucked up and then he didn't save his sister.
Yeah.
And Yamamoto's like, "You're not going back into hell. That's not happening, bro." I think he got placed under house arrest.
He did. He got placed under
Out
house
of all
arrest.
the movies where Yamamoto was just being like a dumbass or a dickhead and trying to uphold the rules, that one probably made the most sense to me.
Because
And I was
he
like,
almost
okay.
fucking destroyed Soul Society and Earth. So he's like, I'm not letting you take that chance again. Like, no, stay away. Like,
Yeah, the writing was just good.
yeah, it was just a very good movie overall. I'd recommend both those top two picks, and the other two you can check out if you're like doing a marathon or something. just
Yeah, if you're being held at gunpoint, you can check it out.
yeah, that's what I was doing. That's why I watched the movies. Yeah, that was pretty much it. Here, post processing. Here is the list of the movies right here. Very nice, but overall, I would love to do this again sometime. Maybe with the 3 My Hero movies, or maybe with the 1 Jujutsu Kaisen movie. Oh, I wonder which one's gonna win.
I think maybe we'll combine it into one video.
Maybe we will, like extra movies. But
Yeah.
anyways, thanks for having me on, Tyler. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem, Jack. Thank you for everyone that came to watch. This is All Out, and I'll see you later.
See ya.